is the Glass Cannon Network.
Glass Cannon Naish, welcome back to my garage. I'm Jared Logan, and this is the Game Garage, where we play tabletop role-playing games. And we are back with our fourth installment of Hunter the Reckoning, a game so new I don't even have a physical copy. I don't know what to do with my hands. Usually I hold up the book right now. I can't because we're working from the brand spanking new, hot off the presses PDF. It is Hunter the Reckoning from Renegade Game Studios. And we've been having a lot of fun with this game. Who have I been playing with? Let me introduce them. They are the hosts and stars of the Mega podcast about a fictional mega church. They are hilarious improvisers, Greg Hess and Holly Laurent.
What's up?
And I had the privilege of introducing them to one of my favorite role players on the planet. She is an actress and improviser and a great asset to any game, Josephine McAdam.
Woo! Yeah.
We're all here. We're doing it. The hunt is on.
Yeah, baby.
There shall come a reckoning.
Yes.
We're so close to really reckoning ourselves in the old scary house. I forget. It's been a while. We had COVID last week. Our brains were mush. Now we're feeling better. So
you had COVID while we were recording this. Is that correct?
Oh, it's wild.
Really bad. We were so sick.
Let that be a lesson to you, everybody out there listening or watching. Even if you have COVID, go to work. You know what I mean? Get stuff done. Holly and Greg can do it. So
That's right.
Can you.
Late stage capitalism tells us that if you can do it from home, you should just keep doing it. And our imagination still worked, I think.
Y'all are incredible. I was after the show. I was telling my partner. I was like, I don't know how they did it because I think I would have just been like, sorry, we're gonna have to reschedule.
Right. If I stub my toe,
still.
I'm like, this may not happen today, everybody. So thank you guys for being.
The night before our first one, I was like a vampire. I was like, I couldn't breathe all night long. I had to Greg looked at me in the night and I was like sitting up, like sleeping like a vampire. Because if I laid down, I couldn't breathe. And I was like, I don't know how I'm going to get up and do this thing in the morning. And all I have to say is, if I was hunting monsters with COVID and now I don't have COVID, these monsters should be fucking scared now.
How do you think I felt? I was like sitting up in bed being like, what are my edges that if I have to fight my vampire wife? And unfortunately, it's like, well, you chose a creepy dork as your character, so I'm not sure if you have any edges in this particular. I threw Sudafed at her.
And you've made some interesting things that I want to not go unnoticed. Like, you have a scary wife that's on a stretcher in a pantry that you have to flip.
Oh, right. Your character. We're transitioning to what's happening with the characters.
No, that was kind of what I was doing while you had
player
COVID.
character.
That's where you got it.
Yeah, that was inspired by Holly needing to be flipped in bed while she had COVID, right?
Yes.
Greg and Holly are a couple, everybody. Greg's not just at Holly's house being weird.
No.
We met on this game and things have moved fast. As you know, most RPG people hit the sack pretty quick once they know there's a hot spark.
It's true. It's an erotic subculture. It is. There's a sexuality to the subculture.
That's what I'm hearing about the vampire one, especially, that there's a bunch of blood eroticism or something.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't even need these churchgoers weren't going to bring the sexiest RPG to
I want to do the
Cannon.
erotic one next. We're in a church one. We're all wholesome. We're going, and this is something I wanted to talk about, Jared, is because, okay, I have an honest to God question.
Hold on, I'm just making a note that Holly wants to play the erotic blood RPG next. Okay, go ahead. What's your question?
Greg and Holly to everything.
Babe?
Definitely. If there's an erotic one, I'm in. Also, okay, I have a question for both Joe, because I love your you, and I think I trust your experience, and Jared.
Oh, it's all made up. It's all made up. You gotta trust Jared.
Which means you're a great improviser. So I felt something when you were asking me questions in the heat of the like final exchange in the last episode. I felt something where I was like, I don't think so. And then I went ahead and said yes. And I was like, am I saying yes because I think my character would say yes? So here's the thing. Like, I was sort of like, I don't know where I stop and my character begins, but I was like, I don't give a shit about these teens. I don't give a shit about these teens. And then I was like, oh, but does my character as Christians, because I felt like Joe was like, yeah, we got to save them. And I'm like, yeah, we got to save them because that would be consistent with our characters because they're Christian, right? So they would be altruistic. But part of me is like, fuck these teens. I don't,
you're talking about
let me just give a little bit of context. This is all good. This is all good discussion. Let me give a little bit of context. Just a very brief recap in case anybody doesn't remember. Our players are portraying hunters that are all part of the same church, Crystal Point Community Church, and they have been investigating a case where there is a new underground church, not literally underground, it's actually out in the woods, being run by a mysterious preacher who apparently has the power to give visions to the parishioners. And so a lot of people have left Crystal Point Community Church and joined this strange backwoods church. By investigating this, our 3-player characters, Zeke, an influencer Christian teen played by Joe, Kip Van Poplin, an usher and former prison inmate played by Greg, and Winnie, a beast whisperer now, and troubled teen played by Holly. By investigating this, they found the location where this preacher kind of lives, and that he has like a strange mother. And then they did some digging. They used a drone to kind of spy on them, and they saw that the mother, this emaciated old woman, was actually feeding on a troubled teen on the second story of the house, was like feeding on him like a vampire. At that point, you all jumped into action to intervene. And Holly, it sounds like now you're wondering whether that was the best decision or whether it was in line with what your character would do.
Yes, and I am really second guessing not having weapons. I want some weapons, or I want to use my beast more because it is incorruptible and takes complex demands. And I've used it to fuck with the hot guy who we knocked down the stairs. What's his name again, Jared?
Amos White.
Amos
the
White.
Preacher.
Did we say he was hot? I don't think we said he was hot.
Jared said he was handsome and hot. I'm picturing Ryan Gosling.
Why is Holly trying to make everything erotic? You don't have to.
I said he was mesmerizing and magnetic. I don't think I said he was hot.
Yeah,
handsome and hot out of Jared's mouth. I remember that. Yeah,
Joe, didn't he say handsome?
We'll talk about it later, babe.
He did. He did say
Don't
handsome.
do this right now, babe.
Don't do this.
Hey, babe. Let's offline this, babe.
Okay, I'll jump in on the, like, when you're, like, grappling with, would I do this or would my character do this? I'd say, like, everyone plays these a little bit differently. It's, you know, on how much you want to balance that. I tend to go hardcore into the character, but there are so many other players that will have a higher percentage in the, like, what do I want to do? I don't want to mess with these people because it's your game too, you know, so you do whatever you want to have fun doing. It's up to you. There's no right or wrong.
My character is essentially me, and I don't know where he begins and where I begin and Kip ends. The only difference is I'm bad with money and Kip is good with money, but otherwise we're the exact same.
And Kip is also has the flaw repulsive, and you're not repulsive, Greg.
Oh, yes, I am.
No. Don't say that about yourself, buddy.
This is a, what's it called? A filter. I've just added a filter to this. I'm very repulsive.
Yes. Greg is actually using deep fake technology. If you look upon the actual Greg, you have to make a sanity roll.
Could have done a little bit better. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well,
but can we talk about the weapons for a second? Do we need weapons? Joe has some. I have a beast and Joe has some taekwondo. But is it because I look on this thing and I only see one firearms thing, Jared? Like, Is there
It's
just not a lot
hard.
of weapons in this because we're real people in this world?
Well, what we did, the way we played the game was to kind of give you an origin story. So this is the first time your characters are encountering the supernatural.
Right. Yeah.
So it stands to reason that you wouldn't have necessarily
Loaded
armed
up.
yourselves with an arsenal of weapons before going out tonight. You are your normal churchgoers who are trying to help your fellow churchgoers. So I think that it makes sense that you're not armed. I did give you the option, though, if you'll recall, of going back, to base, kind of, deciding to
Regroup.
rearm
Per my
yourselves,
last
regrouping.
email
And I
is what
said
we
if you
just
did
got
that, if you kind of bailed on the kid who was getting fed on, then you would possibly get a point of desperation. Which brings me to another important point, everybody. I used a rule incorrectly, I believe, in the last episode.
I quit.
Luckily, it did not affect gameplay, but I want to use it correctly because it's so goddamn cool. We got to use it the right way. The desperation dice that Zeke used, that die can only be used for something that your creed is very good at. And since you are of the faithful creed, you can only use your desperation dice in physical conflict with the supernatural. Okay? So Zeke, you should know anytime you are in a physical conflict with the supernatural, you can use the desperation dice. Right now, the desperation die is at 1. And luckily, I mean, you kind of used it for stealth and to use your drone to spy on them. Luckily,
And I
the
don't think
desperation it didn't help.
Yeah.
It didn't help. So it didn't end up affecting the game. As a member of the Underground Creed, you, Kip, can use a desperation dice for any kind of stealth or infiltration.
Oh, great.
And as a member of, oh my gosh, what is your creed, my friend?
Inquisitive.
Inquisitive. Any kind of information gathering, whether that be through breaking and entering and sneaking around someone's house, or from like going on the computer or researching, you can use desperation dice for that. Holly.
I like that. Yes.
So let's keep that in mind. And remember, you have that desperation die to use if you engage in one of those types of activities. Let's keep that in mind as I set the scene and we jump back in because we are at a climactic part of our storyline right now. You are in the old dilapidated house beneath the overpass. It's overgrown with ivy and kudzu. You broke in to try to save the life of Tyler Graham, who was being fed on by the old woman that seems to follow the preacher everywhere. Upon breaking into the house using Kip's improvised gear edge to do so, you saw that one of the teenagers that you came to save, Vanessa Trumbull, was sort of in some sort of, physical altercation with Amos White, the charismatic preacher that seems to be able to make people see visions. They were on the stairs together, sort of struggling. Immediately, Zeke and Winnie used various abilities to take down the preacher. Winnie used her Beast Whisperer edge to have her dog attack, and Zeke attacked with his martial arts abilities. Zeke is an influencer. He's a Renaissance man, really. He can do anything that looks good on camera, Zeke can do. So he used, what is his style of martial arts again? Hapkido?
It was Hapkido, yeah.
Yeah. So you managed to quickly dispatch Amos White, making him kind of fall down the stairs.
We just knocked him unconscious, right? Yeah, we didn't kill him for anything.
You have not killed him. He appears to be very much alive, which matters in a game about supernatural creatures, and you managed to knock him unconscious. Then you had to struggle your way up the stairs to where Tyler Graham had been fed on and where the old woman, the strange old woman, was apparently hiding. The first person to get upstairs, past Vanessa Trumbull, who was in hysterics. Kip is currently, I think, holding Vanessa Trumbull, who's like going nuts and slapping anybody who comes near her.
Yeah.
The first person to get upstairs was Winnie, and upon getting into the room where they saw the feeding take place, Winnie was shocked to find evidence of her father in the room. We know that Winnie's father is involved in some sort of covert organization, probably one of the orgs, and it looks like for some reason his watch is laying on a desk in this room. So,
And his tie, right?
And his tie is hanging in the closet.
and his tie is hanging in the closet.
That's so
That's
bad.
right. Yeah, it looks like he had sex here. No, it looks like he probably.
Now we're getting to the game I want to play.
Well, you wanted the erotic game, and I'm bringing it, Holly. No, it looks like something strange has happened to your father, Winnie, and so let us start with everybody telling me what they'd like to do this round. But from Winnie, I would like you to make a willpower roll. That's the first thing I'd like for you to do.
Ooh.
So roll your willpower. Mm-hmm. Your
It's in that
current willpower.
second-
So if you've taken willpower damage, only roll the amount of willpower that is undamaged.
It's in this under the social column.
Oh,
in those
so I
three.
only have 2 that are undamaged.
So just roll 2.
Okay.
And willpower?
And I have no successes.
Okay. Yeah, because she took some willpower damage.
I have 4 total, but 2 have
oh.
ticks on them.
So because you failed that, I want you to go ahead and give yourself another superficial damage in willpower. Discovering your father's effects in this room has completely shaken you. I guess you love your father.
She should.
And you're
Can't help
you're probably really worried about him right now. And now everybody can tell me what they'd like to do this round. Let's start with Winnie. Winnie, the room is empty except for Tyler Graham, who's laying on the ground. He looks extremely pale and is breathing with great, laborious effort. And then, of course, your father's effects are here in this room as well. What would you like to do?
Where'd the old lady go?
Great question. She's not in this room.
And forgive the technical question, but once he's been bitten, once bitten, like, I don't know. Joe.
Nope,
Don't
you
look
can't
at
ask
me.
Joe. What does
Like,
Winnie do?
I can't tell you.
I think Winnie grabs the watch, grabs the tie, runs back out onto the landing.
Okay, great. You're about to do that, and that doesn't require any roll. What would Kip like to do this round?
Well, Kip is currently fighting a teenage girl.
Yes.
And probably not doing great, but he's keeping her at bay. Kip would like to. Yeah, I feel like Kip knows at this point that the old woman is definitely a problem because he has seen the connection between the two. So Kip's gonna go find the old woman.
Very good. So you're going upstairs?
Yes. Kip's
Okay.
gonna go investigate the other rooms upstairs.
Okay, great. That's great. And what will Zeke do?
Zeke's having a little moment of weighing his conscience because he sees Vanessa's having a freak out and he's like, I should step up, I should calm her down, I should be here for her as a fellow follower of Christ and what have you. But Winnie's my friend and kind of worried because she went upstairs. There was a lady biting necks up there. And so he's...
In fact, because of that willpower damage that I gave to Winnie, Winnie screams.
Okay, yeah. And so Zeke's just gonna say, Vanessa, you suck, all right? I don't like you. Everything that happened, you know what? Maybe this is, dare I say, karma. And he's gonna run
Christians who
upstairs.
believe in karma. I love it.
He's gonna run upstairs.
The wheel of Vishnu has turned.
I want that moment where if Winnie's coming out and Zeke's running up the running into each other.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So I will narrate it that way. That's it. That's exactly what happens. So Kip gets to the top of the stairs before Winnie comes out of the room, but when Zeke gets to the top of the stairs, Winnie immediately comes out of the room, and they kind of bump into each other for a second. So you're all on the top landing right now, and there are 4 rooms total up on this second floor. It looks like. You can go down. So the one that you were in just now, Winnie, is on your immediate left. And then there's another one on the left and 2 on the right.
Winnie, are you okay?
No, I'm honestly fucked up right now. Zeke.
What happened?
Question.
Did she bite you? Did she bite you?
No, I'm untouched. I don't know where she is. This is the thing. Where's that ghoul?
Sir Van Poplin, we don't have eyes on scary old lady.
Yeah, that's my concern exactly. That's why that is why I think we should check these doors. And I think I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go to the first door, and I'm not gonna barge in, but I'm going to stealthily creep around the door.
Right. Okay. I hear you. So you're going to go to the other door on the left, and you're going to do that in a very stealthy manner.
Yeah.
So because you are using stealth, and you kind of don't want if the old lady's in there, you don't want her to know you're outside.
Right.
Then you may add the desperation die to your roll, because the underground creed gets bonuses, desperation die bonus to stealth.
Should I keep the desperation die a different color?
You should, because if it comes up as a 1, that's going to add to the danger.
Yes. Danger. So I've got a 2 stealth. Not great, but could be worse.
Also, can we use...
Please add your dexterity to it as well.
Oh, and my dexterity, that's right.
And the desperation die, yep.
Oh yeah, now we're rolling with 5.
Also, I want to use some of your gear to tie up Vanessa.
3 successes.
3 successes.
And 8 on the desperation.
Okay, great. As long as it doesn't come up a 1, nothing really changes. You just get that bonus die, and so that allows you to get all the way up to that door. And maybe Zeke and Winnie are watching as you just stealthily creep so silently up to the door. And as you reach it, you're able to crack it just a little bit, and it doesn't make a sound because you move it so slowly, Kip Van Poplin. And looking in, you can see that it's completely shadowy in here. The window to the front of the house is covered up, but there's something in here because you see a little bit of movement.
So, yeah, I back up. I back up from my hiding place, my peep crack.
Stealthy peep.
My stealthy peep crack.
Peep crack?
Yeah.
Okay.
My stealthy peep crack, Josephine.
I've seen it. It's not bad.
Babe, can we talk about this after the game? Okay, so there's something in there. I mean, I obviously...
By the way, I ended combat timing because it looked like people were kind of allowing Kip to kind of scout ahead. Is that correct?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so when people want to all start acting, let me know. But for right now, we're letting Kip kind of lead. Go ahead, Kip. Sorry.
No, we're just watching from...
There's something in there. There is something in there. I saw it. It moved around.
Can I use my inquisitive, Jared?
Ooh.
You're going to use your inquisitive. You mean you're going to try to gather information in some way?
To find out what's in there.
Well, I would say that, the gathering information that the inquisitive does is usually means like research or breaking into a place to find out what's in it. But I would say in this particular case, I'm not sure that the desperation die applies, but we can certainly go and peek inside if she wants.
Can I offer? You got a smartphone too. You could do some research right now. Why not? While we're standing on the landing. There's
Yeah.
always
That's true. But there's also, real quick, Zeke, V-Pop, there's also the opportunity, like, throw Tyler over V-Pop's shoulder, tie up Vanessa and drag her behind us and bolt.
Oh, I think Vanessa's gone. I think she's gone.
Did she disappear?
Can I look down the stairs? Did she leave?
Is she gone?
She has not left. She's looking up at the stairs at all of you, kind of crying and like waiting to see what's
she
going
is?
to happen. Yeah.
Oh no.
And do we want to do more to Dickhead while he's unconscious?
Oh yeah.
He's still down there too?
Yeah, he's laying down there
You
unconscious.
can't quite see from this angle. He was a little bit over into the kitchen.
What if Vanessa goes and helps him and wakes him up and gives him smelling salts?
So, wait, we're talking about?
Hold on, I need to roll some dice.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Wait, we're talking about Amos. We're not talking about Tyler.
Yeah, Amos,
Yeah.
Vanessa, I don't trust Vanessa, man.
You can't see Amos from the top of the stairs where you're at right now, Zeke. Tyler is definitely in that first room you went in, and he looks like he's barely alive. There is something in the room that you have just peeked into, Kip. What would you like to do? Winnie, you're the one that suddenly... So Winnie starts going like, should we even stay here? Let's get out of here, you know?
Yeah.
And I
Classic.
want to know, what are people doing?
I think we
Zeke,
should.
you haven't acted in a while. What do you do?
Well, I think all of a sudden I'm like, oh shit, Tyler, which is the reason I came in. And I think I'm going to go check on him, actually. We can't forget about Tyler. You said he looks messed up. I'm going to walk over to that room.
Okay, great. You move into that room, and yes, Tyler is like, now his breathing is so shallow that you can barely tell he's breathing until you like really kind of get up close, and he is white as a sheet. Kip, you sounded like you were about to do something.
Well, now I'm worried about this Amos guy's downstairs. We didn't even hog tie him or anything.
Yeah,
Nope.
with your gear.
We don't
Yeah.
have gear. You
I know.
have gear.
Yeah, hog tie him.
Well, all right, but if I leave, I'm gonna go hog tie Amos
Yes.
because I'm now Kip is realizing we got a couple of different threats here. But
Do you leave the
that
door
means,
open or?
That means I'm gonna go back downstairs. I'm not gonna go in, but I am gonna leave I mean, there is something in that room. I'm not going into the room, but I'm gonna go hog tie Amos.
Okay, so Zeke runs into the room with Tyler. Suddenly, Kip is like, "Oh yeah," and runs back down the stairs. Kip, you're not totally down the stairs yet this round. Winnie, what do? Do you wait to see what happens? Do you act this round? What do you do?
I go into the dark room.
Oh, Winnie just. Wow.
You go into the dark room.
No fear.
And you, by doing so, you let a little bit of light in, but it's really dark in here, and you can just see a humanoid form that looks like it's seated in front of you. And you can just, you know how sometimes you can just feel another presence in a room? You can definitely feel that there's another person here. Just imperceptible levels of warmth are coming off of them. And so you can just see that someone's in here, but it's too dark to really see well. And now let's resolve things. So are you going to try to help Tyler, Zeke?
Jared, last session.
Yeah.
We established, because there was a new day and we had prep or whatever, right, before we went to the thing, and we established I was preparing my protein shakes ahead of
Please
time,
tell
right?
me you give him a
Yes.
protein shake.
and I know that, and so we established, because it's supposed to apply to your whole crew, and so I made 3, and I know Tyler's not part of our crew. Would you allow me to, like, say, use 2 of our supply to, like, aid?
Yeah, I have said in the past that these protein shakes are not health potions, and Josephine McAdam disagrees with me. You keep trying to use them like health potions. I'll tell you something. How about this? I will allow you to make a medicine roll or some sort of roll to try to stabilize him. And because you are using, the shakes, I'll give you +1 die.
Oh, it'd have to be at the beginning that he can recover. Okay. I was trying to see, like, when he's allowed to, when they're allowed to recover.
Right. It's more like the nutritionist advantage is more like you cook for your crew and they heal more superficial damage.
Okay.
But these protein shakes, Jared, they're very good. They're very good.
Well, I'm assuming that Zeke carries something on him that you could make someone sip that might wake them up or something.
Yeah.
I'm being very generous as the storyteller by assuming that, but I'm basically allowing equipment to give you a bonus to a medicine roll. I think.
Look, you don't have to do that. I understand. I'm just gonna try and stabilize him with my 0 medicine. Is it just straight medicine, or are we?
Yeah, and medicine is a mental skill, right? I believe.
Oh boy.
If I'm not mistaken. So -2. -2 if you're untrained.
Well, is it not medicine plus anything? Is it just?
Yeah, it'll be plus something. It'll be plus your, let's say, composure.
Okay, so it's not a 0. Well, okay, yeah, medicine. So it's total. Okay, I'm rolling 1 die,
Okay.
and it's a 10.
Hey, look at that. You are pretty sure that you've been able to rouse him a little bit and get him to speak a little bit, so you're pretty sure he's not going to die and that you can move him. Okay. Meanwhile, Kip, you get to the bottom of the stairs and you are horrified to see, looking into the kitchen, that Amos is holding his head and sitting up and going and Vanessa is being absolutely useless. She looks at you well, what should we do? So that's the end of your round. You need to tell me what you're going to do about that in a second. And we already resolved what happened with Winnie. She went in and saw what was going on. So let's go ahead and get everybody's action this turn again. Let's start with Winnie. Winnie, what are you going to do? You know that there's someone in here, but it's too dark really to see. Do you want to engage with them? Do you want to touch them? Do you want to try talking to them? Or do you want to leave and keep looking? What do you want to do?
Well, I have my trusty beast with me, Gnarly.
Yes, Gnarly.
I also do have my iPhone. What if I just flash the flashlight on it to see what it is?
I will tell you in just a second. I will resolve that in just a second. And what about you, Kip? You see that Amos is coming too. He's getting to his feet. What do you do?
I'm going to hit him with a chair.
Awesome. Okay, I would like for you to make a strength plus melee roll. And Zeke, you have Tyler stabilized. What do you want to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna pick him up. And
give me a strength plus athletics roll. If you'd like to get him to the bottom of the stairs as fast as you can, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay, this will determine how quickly you do that. So let's resolve them one at a time. First of all, Winnie, when you flash your light over into that corner of the room, you see that there is a man tied up there with chains to the side of the wall, and he looks to be in his 50s. He has a lot of scruff on his face. And he looks kind of bruised up and beaten, like he's been living hard even before this happened to him. And he looks pale in the light of your smartphone.
Oh, man. I talk to him. I see if he's able to speak.
Help me! Get me out of here!
Okay, I run up and try to release him from the chair.
Okay, next round you'll do that. Let's see how the hitting him with the chair went with Kip Van Poppelen. How did it go?
Here we go.
Here we go. Strength plus melee.
1 dice, and it's a 1.
Oh, I'm afraid that Kip sort of stumbles over himself trying to get the chair up high enough to smack Amos with, and Amos gets completely to his feet and turns and looks right into your eye, and he is angry. Zeke, how did your roll go?
2 successes.
2 successes. 2 successes is enough for you to get Tyler halfway down the stairs, okay? And you are aware, you see Mr. Van Poppelen standing there trying to heft a chair and having trouble with it. And you know that he's reacting to something in the kitchen and that it's going to be bad. So are you just going to talk this round, Winnie? You're talking to the man?
Question, do I recognize him, Jared?
Give me a intelligence roll. Intelligence plus intelligence.
What?
Yeah, you can give it intelligence
That's
plus
cool.
intelligence.
Really?
Yeah, why
know
not?
Oh, I'm gonna like this. 1 success.
One success is enough for you to know that this is the town drunk, but you forget his name.
Oh, okay. All right.
Help me. Help me.
He's bound to the chair. He's chained.
He's chained up.
I just start to like scoot the chair and like pull it towards the door and pull it towards the top of the stairs.
Okay, so as you're doing this, suddenly his eyes go wide and he's looking at something behind you.
Fuck me.
And you turn, and there in the shadows is a skeletal form who reaches forward with her clawed fingers, and suddenly you start to feel lightheaded, and the edges of your vision start to kind of sway because something is happening to your perceptions. Meanwhile, downstairs, what would you like to do? I should have gotten this from everybody. Now I'll ask the people in the other situation. What would you like to do this round, Kip?
Well, now I'd like to go into a defensive posture and use the chair to try to keep Amos White at bay, almost as if he's like a lion. And I'm gonna call for help from Zeke.
Zeke, what would you like to do this round?
I would like to hand off Tyler to Vanessa and tell her to get him some help. We're losing him. And then go to help and go towards Mr. Van Poppel.
Okay, so here's what happens. I'm
yelling, I got a live one down here.
So Van Poplin's got the chair up, lion tamer style. Zeke, you push Tyler into Vanessa's arms and tell her to go find help. It looks like she's going to finally do that. She's finally snapping out of it. So they are moving toward the door, and you are able to run down and stand right beside Mr. Van Poplin, and you watch as Amos White doesn't immediately engage. He runs into the kitchen. He goes to a butcher block and pulls a big, shiny butcher's knife. Meanwhile, upstairs, the old woman is whispering at you, and you start to see her form change. You, right now, can make a willpower roll, my friend.
Oh no.
Winnie, your willpower is really getting tested.
You only have one left over right now.
I rolled a 1.
Oh.
You watch as the old woman, she's in the dark, but suddenly the shadows flash away and wings start to sprout out of her head. Wings sprout from her shoulders. Wings unfold from her abdomen until she becomes this sort of like mass of wings that are moving like a mandala in this beautiful design. It's so beautiful, Winnie. It's so amazing. And I'm afraid that I'm going to rule that you take one more superficial willpower damage.
Oh, it's not aggravated, right? Or
it's not aggravated willpower damage.
What happens, Jared, when you run out of willpower?
Well, it makes everything you try to do a lot harder. I can give you a negative 2 dice penalty on just about anything that you do. Right now, you can't even, Winnie, see exactly what's happening to you. I just want to say, as the game master, I feel for Holly, because Holly was, before the game started today, was like, should we have brought weapons? Should we even be doing this? And now the most dire thing is happening to Holly's character. So thank you, Holly, for hanging in there as this horror unfolds.
And let's just remember that Holly went running into the room that I, Kip Van Poplin, said I would not go in.
Yep, that's true. That's absolutely true. So I'm going to rule with your willpower gone and with this vision filling your eyes that I'm going to give my storyteller character a free attack. This creature, outside of the vision, if this were a film, you'd see the vision for a moment of all of the golden wings sort of folding over each other. But in the real world, outside of Winnie's mind, you'd see the old woman open her mouth, her fangs slide down into her gullet, and her to reach forward and start to bite into Winnie's neck. It's not good. It's very bad. I would like for Winnie to tell me what she'd like to do this round.
Well,
the fangs aren't in yet. Anything you try to do is going to be a -2 dice.
Motherfucker.
Yeah.
Jared, let's remember though, like Winnie is like filled with like resolve, and I know my willpower has taken a bunch of dings, but like I loaded up on like deep integral resolve and like determination and stamina strength of like who I am. And I have a beast in there. So I'm in between, like, do I have the ability to fucking run? And or can I don't want to put Gnarly in a bad spot, but like can't I just like, Gnarly is incorruptible and takes complex demands. Can Gnarly just go at her throat instantaneously? Or
well,
do I have
you know that you can make commands to your pooch, no problem. Like you're able to do that. So if you'd like to make a command to Gnarly, you can do that, but the dice roll will be at -2 dice. She'll be like, Gnarly, do attack. It'll be like you'll be weak as you say it. But you could try it. Or you could try to run. That would be sort of a dexterity plus athletics to get around her and run to break her hold. But that too will take a -2 dice penalty.
And her teeth are already starting to go into the neck, or how close are we to neck?
But dogs are fast. Dogs leap.
Her mouth is right here right now. Those of you listening on the podcast, I'm holding my hand very close to my neck.
Oh no!
Do I get out
dog
of
in there? Save yourself.
Yeah, I just don't know if I should run or sick the dog.
Dog.
But I'm -2, bruv.
Yeah, but you're
you'll
gonna
be
have a blessed
-2 on
roll.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dog takes complex demands. I think I can psychically even communicate with her, and I
thought it was a him. It's a her. Gnarly's a her.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, great.
We need more females in this game. More X's are just gonna only do us right.
Girl power. Okay. So you're gonna have Gnarly attack.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Give me a charisma plus animal ken roll. Don't tell me how it goes yet. Be sure to take 2 dice off of it because you are hurting. Kip Van Poplin, what are you going to do this round?
So I'm getting back down by a knife wielding Amos White. Is that correct?
That's right. He just turned around with a big knife in his hands.
I'm gonna. Yeah, I mean, geez. Is there anything around me that I could use other than the stupid chair that I was going to hit him with? Maybe.
You've
It's
got
like a
gear,
light
right?
bentwood.
Improvised gear.
Yeah, you have the
gear.
improvised gear edge. You probably have something on you that you could use.
I have
What would you
know
like
what
to
I
have ideally?
I mean, ideally, I would like to have a rocket launcher, but I don't have in my pocket protector. But I think what I'm going to do is, all right, this is bold. I have a Zippo on me. I'm gonna start a fire. I'm gonna light a curtain on fire. I'm gonna light the curtains on fire.
Amazing. Can I just have the intelligence plus craft roll for your improvised gear edge to see how well this works? And tell me what you rolled in a minute. And finally, Zeke, what are you going to do this round?
Did Winnie make any noise?
Winnie hasn't made any noise that I am aware of.
No noise. Okay. Well, gonna deal with what's in front of me. Amos has a knife in his hand.
That's right.
I am going to charge him and try to break that arm in an armbar.
Ooh.
Okay, great. Give me a strength plus brawl roll, and you can use your Hapkido specialty, of course. Okay, here we go. First off, let's find out what happens downstairs. So, how did your roll go, Mr. Van Poppler?
So just to paint it out, I pull out the Zippo, I spark it, and I throw it at these curtains. These these old curtains that are near the doorway to the kitchen.
Ooh.
Yes.
And it's probably, I've got the chair. I throw the lighter. It's kind of in between the two of us. So here we go. Gorgeous curtains, by the way. Strange for this house. They're really nice.
Yeah, very old.
4 successes.
Nice use of improvised gear again. The curtains go up like whoosh. And I'm going to go ahead and make that give Amos a little bit of... He's a bit distracted when you come for him with your Hapkido. How did that go?
3 successes.
All right. I'm going to give him a dice penalty. And
Break that arm. Break that arm.
He only gets 1 success. So
Yeah.
you do 2 superficial damage to Amos.
Ooh.
Which he was already knocked out. So now these become aggravated damage, right? Because he hasn't healed his superficial damage yet.
We say, did it work? Did it break?
Yeah, you've got him in an arm bar and he's like holding the knife, but he's having trouble holding onto it. And he's looking at you and he's like, the fire! No! Fire! He seems very concerned about the fire. Meanwhile, here's the thing we're really waiting to find out the result of.
Yeah.
How did your animal ken roll go? Our
Jared.
beast whisperer?
Jared,
Yes.
I'm so pissed. I didn't want to be in this house. I thought about this all weekend in real life, IRL. I was like, let's get out of that fucking house. Jared, if I take away 2, I'm at 0 die.
Oh no. Okay. If you take away 2, wait. So, your charisma plus animal ken should be higher than 2 dice. What is your charisma plus animal ken?
2.
Really? You only have 1 charisma?
I thought.
Nah, you got more than 1 charisma.
Wait, how many 2s do I have? Because there is water on this.
That's okay.
How many 2s would there be?
There would be like 4 2s.
1, 2, 3, 4. How many 1s are there?
Just 1.
Oh, then that charisma is a 2.
Yeah, so you have 1 die to roll.
Oh, God. Which one of you babies are going to take good care of me?
No.
Holly is reeling.
So Gnarly is growling at the old woman as she sinks her teeth into you and does 2 aggravated damage to you
On health.
on health.
I just would like to point out, Zeke, that though I didn't scream, you are noticing my absence very distinctly.
Now you know how to
She's
play a
been
role.
gone a while.
See, you've become a veteran role-playing game player already. Oh, by the way, you guys notice I'm not here.
And everybody seems concerned and probably wants to run and help and use all your power.
BTW, friends.
So Amos White screams again, "Fire!
Yeah.
Mama! Fire!"
Ooh, that might do something.
Yeah.
So here's the thing.
Oh God, what's the thing?
I'm talking to Winnie. In order to try to break free from a vampire's bite. Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said vampire, but I think it's very clear what this creature is at this point.
We knew.
I thought it was you need to be able to spend a point of willpower, but Winnie has no more willpower left.
I do have one, unless that bad roll took away my last one.
I told you took one more. I think you took one more willpower damage and it wiped it out. If I'm not mistaken, if I was keeping track.
I have 4 total. 2 were gone from last episode, and then I thought, did I lose 1 today or 2?
You lost 1. Okay, so you have 1 left.
Yeah.
Okay. So in order for you to try to do anything this round, you'll need to roll that willpower, okay? So that is what you're going to do this round. I want to know what Kip is going to do this round.
Well, Kip, so I noticed this, like, obviously there's been like an energy shift with Amos with this fire, right? Uh-huh. And so I realize that maybe we have might have a more powerful weapon than we even realize here with some fire. So
yeah. More fire.
More fire. Yeah. So I'm gonna have I noticed that Winnie is gone? Is it?
Yeah, I think it's fair that at this point you guys would be like, where is Winnie?
Yeah,
and he's shouting to the mom, and we're like, oh shit, so she is
Mama,
here,
Yeah. Good point. So,
and I'm a girl.
Yeah.
Ollie.
So
and I'm a girl, and guys are always thinking about girls. Come on.
Oh, okay.
Both of them can't stop thinking about me.
Kip is happily married.
Yeah, I'm happily is in quotes, but I think
she's in the pantry being flipped.
Kip hears Mama. He see. I think that Zeke has got it under control in this armbar sitch. So I'm gonna grab. I'm actually gonna run. I'm just gonna go run back upstairs with my lighter.
Okay, great. I think that in order to do that, you told me you threw the lighter earlier.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's laying on top of a curtain that is like burning.
No, wait, Jared, better idea. I did throw the lighter. That's correct.
Yeah.
I pull out another lighter. No, I'm kidding.
Look, you have the improvised gear edge. If you wanted to say this weirdo carries 2 lighters, like roll that improvised gear edge, and I'll allow it to be true.
You have 10 lighters.
Well, I think the lighter is going to be less effective than. Can I grab something? I've grabbed something that the curtains have caught on fire.
Yeah, I think this is also like you're creating an improvised fiery weapon, right? Is that what you're basically doing?
If you take the curtains.
Yeah. So I think that you basically want to take the round to kind of create a torch, is what you're telling me, right?
Yeah, I want to create a torch.
So if you give me a improvised gear roll, intelligence plus craft, you can break off a chair leg, wrap some of the burning cloth around it, and have a torch, okay? Don't tell me what you rolled yet. Okay, and then Zeke, what are you going to do?
I guess what I was asking last time is, did I get to break the arm? Like, did we do enough damage that the arm broke?
No, you didn't. You didn't break the arm. Do you want to break it now?
No, I'm like, I feel something is off in my heart, and I feel a yearning for Winnie nearby me, and I'll be like, wait, what about Winnie? And I'll let go and go running up the stairs.
Oh wow, you're just letting him go. Okay, great. So you let's resolve all of this. So first, I want to start with Kip. How did your improvised gear roll go?
3 successes.
There you go. You've got a torch, my friend.
Yes.
You've got a torch. And so Zeke, you run up the stairs. Kip, you can kind of. It sounds like you're gonna run up there too. But first, you had to create your weapon.
Yeah.
And Zeke, you're like halfway up the stairs at the end of the round.
Is there anything I can do to, like, since I didn't do anything else, like, to try and, like, either roll to make it further? I want to.
Yeah, give me a Dex plus Athletics.
Okay.
If you can get 3 successes, you're all the way at the top of the stairs.
3, 6, 6, 7.
Yeah.
There it is.
6, 6,
You're all the way at the
7,
top of the stairs, and you can see in the
spookiest number.
hallway. You can see the old woman's back, kind of leaning into the room. Okay.
Yes.
She wears like weird old rags, like they look like clothes from the 1920s that have become threadbare. Now let's see if Winnie can do anything. Winnie, how did that willpower roll go? 1 die.
No.
Okay. The old woman continues to feed.
Hey, Jared, does it feel good?
It feels amazing. A vampire's bite fills you with ecstasy. That's why you need a willpower roll to even try to break free from it. And so you are in this sort of state of bliss. Winnie.
Well, what about Gnarly?
Gnarly? Let's see if Gnarly does something on his own. Okay, I think that Gnarly doesn't attack on his own. I think that Gnarly is like ran over to the top of the stairs and was barking like to summon Zeke and Mr. Van Poplin.
Yeah.
Which is why they started coming up the stairs, because they heard Gnarly going. Okay, so new round. Oh, by the way, you take 2 more aggravated damage. If I hadn't said so, you guys should have 4 aggravated damage at this point. Winnie, oh my God, Winnie is really hurting you guys. And what is going to happen? We are going to begin a new round when we come back from our ad break. Let's have a quick word from our sponsors. And when we come back, we'll find out if Winnie dies.
No!
Oh my God. We'll be right back with more Game Garage on the Glass Cannon Network. We are back, and we are biting our nails wondering if Winifred, I'm calling her Winifred now that she's in danger, is going to survive. So I'll set the scene again. Winnie is in the back left room. The old woman vampire has sunk her teeth into Winnie's neck. Winnie is in a state of bliss as the old crone feeds on her.
Finally getting to the erotic stuff. Okay.
Yeah, finally we got there. Zeke, you're at the top of the stairs and you see the back of the old woman down the corridor.
Okay.
Kip, you have a torch and you are running up the stairs behind him. You're about halfway up the stairs. Would you like to try to escape again this turn, Winnie?
Jared, I just want to point out real quickly the first 3 letters of my name. So.
Win.
Baby?
That's right. You could win, baby. Okay, would you like to try to escape again? Would you like to try to roll your willpower die again?
Is that a good idea?
I think it's the only option you have. I think you should take it. Don't tell me what comes up yet. We'll resolve it in a minute. Zeke, what are you going to do this turn?
I am gonna run, leap, jump on the back of this old lady, say, "Get off my friend, you crazy devil!" And I'm gonna shine the light of God through my cell phone straight into her face. And
Okay,
I would
great.
like to repel the unnatural.
You want to repel the unnatural. I love that. Okay, and Kip, what are you going to do?
I'm halfway up the stairs.
Yes.
I'm going to. Yeah, can I try to roll to see if I can get into the room faster?
Get all the way up there to where all
Yeah.
the action's happening? Yeah, give
Yeah.
me a dexterity plus athletics roll. And Zeke, you give me a strength plus brawl roll. Or no,
Okay.
you're using repel. So
Yeah.
give me that roll. Do you know what that roll is? I can look it up.
resolve plus occult. Do we
Give me a
have
resolve
any?
plus occult roll.
We don't have any desperation dice left, right?
Actually, you do have you don't use them up. They just remain
Oh.
in the pool. And since you are, but you're
Physical
as a faithful
conflict?
creed, you have to have a physical conflict. So you described your repel
Oh,
as
I
being
see.
physical. No, I'm going to allow it. You described your repel as being physical. You can use that desperation die.
Okay.
Yeah. Because you said I'm tackling her and putting the phone in her face.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that counts as a physical conflict to me. Let's start with Winnie. Winnie, how did you do?
After I would like to point out, I have not had one successful roll this entire episode.
Yes, I'm sorry about that.
I finally just rolled a 7. I have one success out of one roll.
Okay, so because you have succeeded in kind of like, the rules say you're supposed to spend a point of willpower. So what I will allow you to do right now is spend your last willpower to kind of push away since you successfully rolled there. Do you want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. So you managed to fill in that last little bit of willpower. Actually, I thought you already spent all of your willpower. I'm a little confused. You know what? Regardless, you can try to push away right now. Give me a strength plus brawl roll.
I have a 10 and an 8.
Hey! Yes. You push her off just as Kip Van Poppelen. How far do you make it?
2 successes, Jared. So
2 successes. That's enough to get all the way up here and into the action. So you are now brandishing that torch like right near where Zeke has just clobbered the old lady. Well, let's see. Zeke, how did your rappel roll go?
Well, I got 4 successes. It was 6669.
Whoa. The mark of the beast.
Woohoo!
That's the coolest number.
I know, right?
Just as
6669.
Just as Winnie manages to push the vampire off of her, Zeke jumps onto the vampire and pushes his phone into her face. She hisses and then immediately bolts for the door on the opposite side of the hallway and smashes through it into the room opposite the one that she was in.
Through the wall?
So, no, not through the wall, through the door. But
okay, me too. I understood.
She's the Kool-Aid man.
Damn.
Winnie,
Damn, old lady.
You're really hurting. The house is on fire. Who knows where Amos is? I want to know, what do you guys do next? Kip Van Poppelen, do you give chase to the creature?
Hell no. Kip is going defensive posture. He's waving. He's going to be. He's brandishing the torch as a defensive weapon, and he's saying, "We got to get the heck out of here." And he's going to try to help pull Winnie down the stairs.
Very good. What about you, Zeke?
Yeah. Is Winnie able to walk still?
Winnie is able to walk still.
Okay.
Okay. Well, then I'm not going to pull her. I'm going to be just like, come on, kiddo. And I'm going to, help guard her.
Okay, great.
Yeah. I'm going to put another arm under her and so that we can all hopefully make as speedy of an escape as possible.
Okay, great. I think I want strength plus athletics roll from both the Zeke and Kip Van Poppelen to kind of help Winnie out of here as quickly as possible. And Winnie, you're just gonna go with them, or do you want to chase the monster that hurt you?
I mean, I could send my dog to finish her off, right?
Do you want to try that?
I'm really at this point technical.
Are you on a suicide mission?
When you say finish her off, do you think that we've done damage to her?
Have we?
No.
No. But the house is on fire, and if she's a vampire, and we don't know where Amos is. I mean, I feel like everything that has happened in this house has been bullshit. And I mean, should we get the hell out of here and go get some weapons, man? I mean, fam.
Let's go get some McDonald's with my beautiful twin sons.
Technical question. First of all, McDonald's sounds really good.
I know. Why'd you say that?
Technical question, fam. If I got bit by a vampire, am I a vampire?
We'll find that out.
We don't. Yeah, I don't know if we've put that together in this moment.
Yeah, right now you seem very much alive, and you feel very weak, Winnie. You feel so tired. You just want to go to sleep. You miss the caress of the old woman's teeth. It felt so good.
It's almost like I need a protein shake or something.
You'll have it in the morning first thing. I've got them in my
Pumper
bag.
full of creatine and get out of here.
I say we get the hell out of here.
We gotta get out of this burning house. We're in a burning house.
How did you do on your strength plus athletics rolls, Zeke and Kip?
3.
0.
Okay, Zeke is dragging everybody down the stairs.
Yeah.
Winnie and Kip and Zeke, you kind of have both of them.
Okay.
You're kind of carrying Kip almost as much as you're carrying Winnie.
Yeah.
And you guys are coming down the stairs, and I got to tell you, the entire downstairs is in flames.
Oh, God.
It is burning. God. And it is dangerous. I told you this whole place was old and dilapidated, and everything was dry as dust, and it's all burning like crazy. So I need one final roll from everybody to escape this house. It could be a Dex plus Athletics roll, or it could be something else.
Can I full on, let go of Kip? He's an adult. And full on, fireman carry Winnie to try and protect her as much as I can as I barrel through. I'll take
strength
whatever.
plus athletics, difficulty 3 to get her out with the fire going on around you. And Winnie, are you going to allow that? Because your character can still technically walk. Do you want to allow yourself to be carried out by the strong arms of Zeke?
Yeah.
Okay, great. All right, no roll from you then. And then Kip Van Poppelen, are you going to try to get out of this burning building? I assume, yes?
Yeah, I'm going to fight fire with fire here, Jared, and wave my torch around as I run scattershot through the flames and try to get out that door.
Okay, you need 3 successes on a Dex plus Athletics roll.
I only have 2.
Okay, let's see if you can get the 2 successes, how that goes. All right, so let me ask you, Zeke, how'd you do?
3 successes, 10, 8, 7, baby.
Boom! Out of the front door, Zeke comes carrying in a fireman's hug Winnie, and they run out into the yard as smoke billows from the front door. And who should come out screaming in pain as the fire licks at his arms and legs but Mr. Kip Van Poppelen, because how many successes did you get, Kip?
1.
1. Yeah, you needed 3. So I'm going to let you succeed at a cost. You get out of the building, but you take 1 level of aggravated damage from the fire.
Oh,
baby.
Man.
And Gnarly's okay, right, Jared?
Gnarly is completely fine. Gnarly's waiting for you. And when Zeke gets you out into the yard, Gnarly starts licking you and barking excitedly. There is no sign of Amos, but Tyler and Vanessa are out in the yard as well, and they rush to help you as well. And I'm going to tell you guys that the desperation meter goes up 1. You now have 2 desperation dice, because anytime hunters in their party take serious injuries, I can make the desperation die go up 1.
And what is that? That means we'll have an extra
2 dice when you do something related to desperation dice pulls.
And Jared, is that different from the box that says despair?
I don't know why that box is there, and forgive me, listeners and viewers, because I think it's when your character can enter a state called despair.
Oh, okay.
But don't worry,
Sorry,
I don't think that you have entered that state.
It's called Ohio. That's a little political humor.
We like to have fun, yeah.
Take that, Ohio.
Yeah, sorry, Ohio. All right, so you all have made it out. The house is going up in flames. You saved the teens, but you've lost your quarry. And so I will now black out on that scene of you all sitting in the yard as the house goes up in flames. And now we can kind of go around and sort of discuss how we regroup after this. Obviously, Winnie needs a lot of healing. What do you have, like 4 aggravated damage, Winnie? Yeah, you should have 4.
Yeah.
I send everyone home with their 1 protein shake for the next day whole roll thing. That's how it's supposed to be used, right?
Well, Winnie will need to see a doctor, someone with medicine, to help her.
Oh man.
Sorry,
Okay.
we're making a joke, and I'm going. Actually, no, that's not how it works. So Winnie will need to see a doctor. Doctors can convert medicine to. They can convert. They can use medicine to convert aggravated damage to superficial damage.
Well, I bet we go to a hospital, right? Like I assume that's our first stop because we got Tyler and Winnie here.
I do have my doctor friend who takes care of my wife.
Oh.
Remember him?
And
He had a name. Also, I did dial 911 or whatever before this all started.
Yeah.
For my cop friend.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because I feel like he might be showing up about now.
And I have
think
two
that-
things of medicine in my character.
That's great. Oh, that's great. Maybe you can heal yourself. So let's resolve all of this. Your friend shows up by himself, and because that's kind of how you played it. You didn't want like the full police force.
No.
Do you want him to help you cover up that you were here? That's he's like a crooked cop, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of like what he can do. He can cover up that Kip Van Poppelen. Winnie, what's your last name?
Oh, Black.
Winnie Black and Ezekiel Gaius Oakley were ever here. And kind of get you out of here, no questions asked.
Yeah. And my cop friend's name is
May I?
yes,
Lyle Hughes.
Lyle Hughes. Typical run-of-the-mill bastard.
Yeah. So, do you use him to kind of cover up your trail, or do you just use him to get you to an emergency medical technician as quickly as possible?
Can you do both?
Sure, he can do both.
Yeah.
So
I want to see if he can do both, which is like make sure that we're not implicated in any of this, and we got to get Winnie to some medical attention.
he's gonna try to help you. Lyle's like, what happened in there, man?
Something bad, man. We can't have these kids. We can't be anywhere near this place. I'm telling
I thought you were on the straight and narrow now, Kip. I thought you found God.
I am. I did, and then I might have lost him again.
That's not good, man. You're a maniac when you're not in church, man. You know that.
Look, Lyle,
You're dangerous.
You owe me.
All right. I'll see what I can do.
I open up my vest, and I pull out $1,000 of the dollars that I had.
Oh yeah.
Right.
And I
we
stick
go.
I stick it in his hand, and I say, "You owe me, you son of a gun."
All right. I'll make sure the sheriff's department looks the other way.
Great.
And he is going to roll his dice pool to see if he's able to do that.
Okay.
But that's happening over the course of several days, of course.
And I gave you $1,000.
Oh, I know.
Lyle, you son of a... Don't you double-cross me with this. This is good. This is honest money.
So do you want to go to the emergency room with Winnie's wounds, or do we want to go to Dr. Larry Forbes, the in-house medical doctor that cares for your wife?
Because how are we going to explain this in Missouri?
Yeah.
And as you are thinking about that, Winnie, you reach up and there is no wound there. It is completely gone. There are no bite marks. But the problem is that Winnie is like completely pale. She and Tyler both are like completely pale. It's hard to breathe. They feel very tired.
No, we need to get them some blood like stat. Did you see they were drinking them like a Capri Sun, my dude? We gotta get them refilled, juiced up, ready to go. Look at, they're withering away.
I have somebody we can take him to. We can't take him into a hospital. This is gonna...
Why?
I mean...
For what, dude?
We can't say what happened here. We cannot tell
kidding?
anyone what happened
This
here.
is going up on the YouTube on Monday. People gotta know.
Zeke, Sometimes it's not. Sometimes your clout score isn't the most important thing.
God begs to differ. Point of my phone.
So, the choice here is to either take him to the hospital or to take him to Dr. Larry. What was his name? Forbes.
Dr. Larry Forbes.
I think we should take him to Larry Forbes. I really do.
All right. Forbes better be a good dude.
Forbes is a good dude, and he's good with secrets.
So you send a 911 text to Larry Forbes, and Larry Forbes knows that sometimes there's problems with your wife late at night, so he shows up to your house. Or did you want him to go somewhere else, Kip?
Yeah, we'll all go back to my place, or I'll take Winnie back to my place. Zeke might have to like me. I don't know. But
what?
yeah.
What?
Zeke, you're welcome to come. You can come with us.
Tyler?
Tyler needs help too. Can he join you?
Oh yeah, Tyler. Yeah. So we're gonna load these kids into this stinking unmarked police car, and we're gonna get them over to my place.
Okay, so I'm gonna cut to where Larry has already examined Tyler and Winnie. He looks at you and he goes, Kip, these children have lost a lot of blood. They're anemic, but I can't find where the blood drained out of. What's going on here?
Look, Dr. Forbes, there was just an accident, you know what I mean? And can we fix them up? What can we do here?
I mean, they need blood. I don't have the facilities to just... I mean, I could maybe make arrangements.
Well, I want to take him to the hospital, but I'm not sure people at the hospital asking questions.
Be reporting this to the proper authorities.
Forbes, no.
And then suddenly you hear, Dad, what's going on?
Oh, nothing, Eli. Just you
Dad,
two go.
What's happening?
Yeah.
You know what? I got this, Mr. Van Poplin.
Right on.
I'm gonna go upstairs. I'm assuming it's a 2-story house.
Oh yeah.
And go chill with the boys. Shoot the shit. Calm down. Just say we were at some Bible study or something.
Why don't you guys go hang out in the romp room and play one of your video games?
Okay. I think you need to, if Zeke is handling Eli and Caleb, I would like a roll for Zeke to distract them or to get them out of there.
Okay.
And I think that Dr. Forbes is saying he wants to report this strange occurrence to the authorities, so you have to use something to get him to get his blood transfusion apparatus here and help these folks.
Would you accept a charisma and leadership?
I would accept a charisma plus leadership. Let's resolve that first.
Three successes.
That's plenty. That's one for each boy and a success to spare. And so you tell me what you tell Eli and Caleb, and how do you keep them distracted?
Oh, I tell them about everything that happened.
They believe
over
you.
Video games.
They believe you, and they believe that their dad is a hero.
Yeah.
But it's interesting that Zeke doesn't understand that sometimes these things should be kept a secret, or he just doesn't believe that. He's gonna tell the world. So he tells the kids, the sons, and has a very serious conversation with them about leadership and the leadership that their father has shown that night. And that's happening upstairs. While meanwhile, how do you convince the doctor to help in this case?
So, Jared, can I use a persuasion plus finance roll? Because here's something. This doctor is doing house calls. I happen to know. I mean, why is this guy still doing house calls? Like, what's like? He's not. Maybe he was. Man. Look, you've almost look, Forbes. You used to have your own practice. Now you're doing house calls. What the heck is going on with that? I'm telling you, you probably.
I make myself available because your wife has special needs.
Right. Can I use Can I use my persuasion plus finance to try to bribe him? to tell him
of
to
course
keep
you can.
keep
Yeah,
quiet?
of course you can.
Okay. Persuasion plus finance for bribe. Oh, 3 successes.
3 successes. Okay, that is plenty. And he goes, all right, we can make an arrangement. That's all you had to say. And he goes, I'll be back in 30 minutes.
Okay, great.
And when he returns, he has blood. He has blood transfusion equipment. And he is going to heal these kids. And let's see. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Here he goes. Okay. Okay. So you can heal, you can change one of your aggravated damage into a superficial damage, Winnie. And the same is true for Tyler. So you still have 3 aggravated damage. You're still not doing very well. And Dr. Forbes tells you, I think I should keep monitoring these patients for a few days. They're not out of the woods yet.
All right. Well, you can stay here.
Can I use some of my medicine and occult?
You could use some of your medicine plus your intelligence to try to heal yourself. The difficulty is 3 because you have 3 aggravated damage.
Wait, so what does that mean? So, because I would be
roll an
rolling
intelligence plus medicine roll, and you need to get 3 successes to be able to help yourself a little bit.
two successes.
It's not enough. You're too hurt.
Just too hurt.
Things are
Dang it.
bad. Things are bad. You're listless, and you feel basically even though you didn't get shot, but it's like you took a gunshot to the gut and bled out for an hour. Only
What's
it
your
happened
total?
in minutes.
And it felt so good.
And it felt so good. So basically, I think that if you want to set it up where you're paying Dr. Forbes to stay here and care for these folks, then he will do that. Do you have the resources advantage, Kip?
Oh, yes, I do.
Oh, yeah. How many dots do you have in that?
3.
Oh,
okay,
wow.
yeah.
Okay.
You're able to do this. No problem. So you kind of you've kind of opened an impromptu clinic inside of your house. I think now we can kind of cut to some time passing. So what I would like to know is, what do you do over the next couple of days?
I know what Zeke's
you can start
doing,
with
yeah.
Zeke. Yeah.
He is going to, first of all, that drafted social media post gets sent out.
Tell me what that said again.
Probably a couple hours ago. It was the photo, it was the selfie with Amos, and like had the devil horns on him, and it said false prophet trying to lead us astray. Do not heed his words. This is the devil incarnate. Something along those lines. And I want to time it where that goes out maybe like a couple hours before I spend all this time putting together the YouTube video and TikTok video and Instagram, all the socials of the drone footage of the old lady and what we saw. And that's the thumbnail. The thumbnail is the freeze frame on the old lady drinking up, crouched into Tyler's neck. And then there's these bold red letters that are like, what is going on? And then, vampire, question mark, exclamation point, question mark, exclamation point. And really, attention grabby.
Very good. And do you post that? Because you have several days. Okay, you post that.
Oh, I post it.
All right. Let me roll something. And
Is this for how many likes it gets?
that's exactly right. It gets it doesn't get as many likes as you'd like. I'll tell you that.
Remember, I've got the influential and fame advantages.
But everybody in your church or in your community is very, very interested. Some people think some people are saying you've really gone nuts, but you're influential. So your influence is among your online community, right? Or is it in Crystal Point Community Church?
No, I think it's the amongst my followers, I believe.
Right. I think you're right. So all of them are suddenly on a vampire kick, and they're sending you information, rumors, legends. Asking you if you destroyed it. Awesome. There's a huge upswell of activity. And Kip, what do you do over the next several days?
So I reach out. So this is Kip is gonna. I've become so concerned now that from what I've seen and witnessed after the whole Amos White thing that I make a call to someone that I was in prison with to try to get a gun, and specifically to get a rifle.
Ooh.
Great.
Wow.
Roll manipulation plus your contacts.
I do want to say I don't mention Winnie or Kip Van Poppelen because I don't want to incriminate them based off the conversation that happened earlier. And I don't think they were on the footage. No, okay. They're not on the footage or anything because it's the drone.
Okay, no problem.
So I reach out, I mean, the person I reach out to is someone that I was in prison with, and I was in a state pen, so this was a former arms gun runner.
Yeah.
All right.
You reach out to Hakeem Davies.
Hakeem Davies, yeah. 3 successes.
Hakeem meets you at a diner out by the highway. Takes you back to his car, pops the trunk, and there's a big rifle. And he says, they sell these at Walmart.
Yeah, I need something that can't be traced.
Right, I know. The thing is, I don't understand why you need something that can't be traced. I thought you were... I didn't think this was your life anymore, man.
Yeah, I also, I need something a little more, but sometimes life comes back to bite you, if you know what I mean.
I don't, and I don't want to know. This thing has a lot of stopping power. It's what you asked for, right?
Yeah,
and
what is that? Yeah, it's a, he takes it, it's basically a deer rifle, like a high-powered deer rifle. It's like a 30-06 deer hunting rifle. You got any hollow points that this thing can shoot? And it's got a scope, a high-powered scope on it.
Yeah, you asked for hollow point ammunition. I don't know why you're going after a tank, but here you go.
And this thing is this thing could do some damage.
Obviously.
Well, I don't know if it'll stop what I need it to stop, but at this point, I'll take anything I can get.
You in some kind of trouble I should know about? Because I don't like it when my guns end up in the hands of mass shooters, man.
Hey, man. I only got one target, and that's the thing that, and that's the thing that's
what?
I can't nothing. But just put it this way: it's going to be a good hunting season.
All right. Well, they can't trace it to you, and they can't trace it to me either. Happy hunting.
Thanks, Hakeem.
All right. Winnie,
what a bro.
You have to limit your activities to stuff you can kind of do while bumming around Mr. Van Poppelen's house, but what would you like to do over the next couple days?
I would like to point out that my advantage is I have linguistics, mask, mentor, and safe house. So can I lean into my mentor and safe house?
Yeah, do you want to ask Amy to come and see you?
Yeah, and I want to ask...
Is Amy your mentor? That is your mentor, right? Yeah.
I want Amy to come minister to my body and spirit. I also want her to acquire a crossbow for me, if that's cool.
Really? Is that the kind of thing that Amy does? I got the feeling that she was more of an artist.
Yeah. I mean, she lives by, the pen being mightier than the sword. But I'm like, yeah,
Right.
but sometimes swords are pretty effective too, Aim. And and artists are always like, mingling with interesting characters who can acquire a crossbow.
Well, she's your touchstone, right? She's
Yeah.
like the most important person in your life. So she comes to the Van Poppelen household and she sees you laying on the couch, like looking like you've been hit by a car. And she says, Winnie, what happened to you?
I got bit by a vampire, I'm going to be honest.
You what?
Yeah, there's some dark stuff happening, and I need you to take this watch and this tie that belong to my father, and I want you to go set them on the island in the kitchen at my house. Just leave them there. Use my hidden key.
Wait, stop. You're not talking sense. Do we need to take you to... I mean, should you see somebody?
I'm seeing somebody, Amy.
No, I don't mean a medical doctor. I mean someone who can deal with what's going on with you emotionally. Vampires?
Yeah,
That's not real, Winnie.
it's real. Amy,
I can't argue with you about this.
can I introduce you to Gnarly? This is Gnarly. She's dope. She's she and I have a psychic connection. Shit's going down, Amy. Like this.
You have a psychic connection.
Yes.
Show me. Prove that you have a psychic connection.
Gnarly.
Show me.
Gnarly, sit down, look at Amy, and blink 3 times, then bark once. And Gnarly does.
Actually, you need to make your charisma plus animal ken roll.
Two. Success.
Gnarly sits down, blinks once, and then barks. And Amy goes, "Holy shit! Where did you get this dog?"
Things are not as they seem. Amy, you believe in simulation theory, right? Just know that in the simulation we're currently in,
I think you need to
are
calm
vampires. There are vampires, they're real. Amy, I'm just asking you to trust me on this.
She seems really weirded out by all of this, and it's maybe sort of disappointing for you because she's the person that always told you to push boundaries, to try new things, to see outside of the little box that you were penned in this small town, and she seems completely overwhelmed by all of this.
Should I use my powers of charisma, manipulation, and wit?
What do you want her to do exactly?
I want her to go with it. I want her to be like, okay, for the sake of whatever's going on with you. Yeah, I want her to trust me.
Okay, you wouldn't use manipulation to get someone to trust you. You could use charisma plus persuasion. One. Okay. She says, "You're my friend, and I love you, but I'm worried about you. I'm gonna make some calls. I don't think it's safe for you to be at this guy Van Poppelen's house, and I've already told you I don't like that church. I don't know what kind of ideas they put in your head, but I heard that other kid from your youth group is spreading rumors about vampires. It's not healthy. Do you understand? This is religious hysteria."
I don't like that church either, Amy. Between you and me and the lamppost, I don't like that church either. Also, who are you going to call?
I'm going to call a facility where you can go and you can rest for a while.
Get the hell out of here. Amy, get the hell out of here.
Look, I can't make you go, but I think it would be for the best. Just to rest for a while.
No. Hell no. Also, what in the
All right,
hell
if you
are
want to help
talking
yourself, I can't help you.
about? Crossbow?
I'm not getting you a fucking crossbow, Winnie.
Can I get a ride to Walmart?
No, I don't think you should be. I don't think you should be going and buying crossbows right now. I'm your friend. When you want help, I'm here for you. But right now, I'm leaving. You know how to call me.
This hurts, man.
It does hurt. And in fact, I think that we should go ahead and heal some of your willpower damage after that whole situation. Because interacting with touchstones helps your willpower even when the scene ends up like this.
Okay.
So why don't you go ahead and heal 2 of your willpower damage?
I was going to ask how we heal willpower. It's different.
Well,
than health.
also by going after your desires and your ambitions. I don't know if the rules explicitly state that talking to your touchstone should help your willpower, but I'm saying that they do because it makes sense to me.
Do we all get to, like, is that something that's like a once per day or how?
Well, you definitely went after your ambition, so you may go ahead and heal your willpower. How many willpower damage did you have?
I've got 2 that I've used.
I think that you can go ahead and heal 2.
Okay.
Because you did 2 different things, 2 different big posts. And Kip Van Poppelen, you haven't really been going after your desire or your ambition to become a member of the church board. In fact, you keep getting calls from Pastor Mark Cagle, and you've been kind of ignoring them while you handle the business at hand. But do you want to answer it now?
Yes.
Hey, Kip.
Pastor
what happened?
Pastor Mark, great to hear from you.
I haven't been able to reach you.
I've been pretty tied up. It's been kind of one thing after the other over here.
I asked you to find out why there'd been a dip in youth group service.
Oh, shucks. Right. Basically, we just, the youth are distracted these days, and
now I'm hearing there's some kind of occult group operating in town.
They're getting up to no good in the woods. Yeah.
And you went to one of the meetings?
No, I didn't go to the meeting per se. I stopped by and I witnessed a couple things that I didn't like, and so I left.
You endanger your soul by engaging in something like that.
I know. But I'm telling you, I'm 110% for the Lord these days. Believe you me.
Well, my sermon this Sunday is going to be about this group and what we can do to combat it. But I'm worried. I don't know that you're showing good judgment if you actually went to a meeting.
Pastor Mark, I went there to try to spread the awesome work that we're doing at Crystal Point, and I just know in my heart of hearts that if we could just show these kids what we're up to over here, the awesome stuff we're up to, then they're not going to be wanting to goof off in the woods with whatever the heck's going on out there.
Let's see if you convince him. Give me a manipulation plus persuasion roll. Difficulty is more than once. You need more than one success.
Oh, my friend, I got 6 on these.
Oh, wow.
4 successes.
4 successes. I'm sure I can count on you to testify on Sunday to tell our parishioners a little bit about this problem that's facing our community.
Yeah, I'll absolutely. I'll do my best.
So, you are coming out of school, several days pass, and we'll say that it is Friday afternoon, okay? And you are coming out of school on Friday afternoon, Zeke, and a car pulls up and blocks your path.
Oh, no.
And inside of it are 2 men wearing sunglasses in suits. And one of them steps out and he flashes a badge very quickly and says, would you like to get in the car, please?
Whoa. And I'd like to say, you said my like followers have been sending me like tips and whatever that they can find on vampires. I say I've got like a bulb of garlic, like a strand of garlic around my neck. I've got my cross. I mean, the cross is always there. I've got some holy water at my hip. I've been like decked out in whatever I could find that's been sent my way. Excuse me, dudes. What is this about?
We're with the police, and we'd like to ask you some questions about a meeting you attended Thursday night.
Did they just roll down the window, or did they step out?
They're stepping out now.
Okay. Like, see them, I see the sun. I'm like, all right. I'm gonna pull out a cross. Like, can you touch this? Can you just do me a favor and touch the cross?
They look at each other, and then they smile, and one of them touches the cross.
All right, dudes, let's go.
What about the other one? The other one didn't touch it. Only one.
They both touch it. They both touch it.
Oh, okay.
Once they have you in the car, they are kind of driving you in the back seat, and they're like, so this is an informal interview.
Interview? I text Van Poplin and Winnie and let them know, like...
Wait, excuse me. Stop.
What?
Put the phone down. Put it down.
Alright, he puts it down. He's still holding on to it, but he like puts it on his lap.
We know about your online posts, Mr. Oakley.
Oh, you guys are fans?
Yeah. Yeah, you could say that.
Righteous.
Why don't you tell us exactly what you saw? I mean, we saw the footage, but what else did you see?
Well, let me tell you
household?
what. After we saw that abomination, we just, we busted in there and, oh my God, was there someone else in Just realizing. Me, Josephine, is realizing. Did we leave a chained up person in that burning house?
The drunk.
Yes, you did.
And both the whites and the...
I mean...
Okay, sorry. Back in...
when Zeke realizes this,
yeah,
that he left someone to die in that burning house, the desperation meter goes up one more. There are 3 desperation dice now.
Oh my God. Okay.
And wait, is the only person that saw the drunk...
oh yeah, that's
Winnie?
true. Did I even see him?
Yeah, but Winnie
once I
probably
got in the
told you
room,
what
right?
happened.
Yeah.
You saw.
Okay.
Shoot.
And so, someone died in that fire. Did you say?
No, I didn't. I busted in there. I've been training in hot
You busted
keto
into
for
the
a
house.
Well, I had to save. You saw the footage. I had to save Tyler. I'm not gonna see that and just sit on by. So I had to go save Tyler. Why would I not save Tyler? Are you telling me I should have left him to die? Being preyed on by what I've come to learn is probably a vampire?
A vampire. I'm afraid we're going to have to take you down and hold you for a little while. We're going to have to do some further questioning.
Whoa,
Oh,
based
no.
off what? Based off what?
Well, I mean, it looks like you may have been involved in the arson that took place at the Amos household.
No, I didn't even do that. I don't even know how to set a fire.
Like I said, someone died in that fire. This is very serious.
It weighs heavy on my soul. I was so swept up in trying to save people. I mean, Winnie was hurt bad and Tyler was suffering.
They are not paying as much attention to you now, and they're driving you through an area of town that's like filled with old warehouses.
Where are we going?
They pull a gun. One of them pulls a gun. The other one is driving. Just keep quiet and do what you're told. They pull up to an old warehouse.
Zeke starts praying.
It's by a pair of old railroad tracks. He starts praying. Mm-hmm. Get out of the car.
He just keeps praying. He like gets out the car. Holy Father, and still clutching onto his phone. Like he's gonna put it in his pocket though, like as surreptitiously as he can.
Go inside.
He goes inside, clutches his cross.
They take the phone from you. They pat you down, and they're unless you want to struggle, they're taking the phone from you. They're patting you down and looking for any other devices.
Yeah, he's gonna struggle. He's like, that's my connection to God. You can't take God away from me.
Okay, so one of them has a gun, and there's two of them, and let's enter. Are you gonna fight them as they start to grab the phone out of your pocket? You can.
Yeah.
You are. Okay, here we go. Let's see. The one will struggle with you hand to hand. The other will fire his gun. And you will give me. You'll give me.
He's gonna shoot a kid.
Of course, it's a cop.
Well, give me a strength plus brawl roll.
Oh,
Oh my God.
all over a phone. This is a real comment on a modern society.
Can I use my Hapkido here?
Yes, of course you can.
Three successes.
3 successes. That's more than this guy got on his hand to hand. So you're able to do 1 superficial damage to him.
Woo!
And the other guy.
Well, look, it's not like trying to do damage. It's like trying to, like, if he grabs the phone, I'm going to grab the phone. You know, like, it's more like.
You have retained your phone for now. And in addition to that, your Hapkido attacks have done a point of superficial damage.
Sure. Okay.
But the other guy fires the gun.
My
and
God.
You're really lucky because he fires it at your feet, a warning shot.
Okay, all right.
It definitely gets your attention. I think that no matter how tough you are,
for sure,
because he got 3 successes, so he shot exactly where he wanted to, which is right by your foot, and he goes, "Get down on the ground, hands over your head." Now.
He drops to his knees and he's like, "Gotta understand, dude, this is my connection to God. Like, he speaks to me through this. He's what saved my life. This phone repelled the unholy nature of everything that was in that house, my dude."
There is no God, motherfucker. I'm your God now. Get down on the fucking ground.
Zeke cries.
Yeah.
Cries and like lets his hands dry. He gets just on the ground and he's just like doesn't do anything.
Take the phone from you. Then eventually, the guy that you hop-keyed out is like, "Motherfucker." They put zip tie on you. They lead you into the dark warehouse, where there is a chair sitting alone under a lamp in the middle of the warehouse floor, surrounded by old shelving.
I know you're still with me, God. I can feel you. I know you're here.
They sit you down in the chair, and they keep the gun pointed on you, and they say, "Now we wait."
For what?
Oh, no.
And the other one says, "For the sun to go down."
Nice knowing you.
Meanwhile, Winnie, what are you doing with your Friday afternoon into Friday evening?
Am I still stuck at the V-Pops?
No, in fact, I think you can go ahead and turn one more or two more. Let's call it 2 more aggravated damage becomes superficial damage. So instead of X's, they're just slashes now.
Great.
Okay, so you're still pretty weak, but you're not in dire straits anymore. You can kind of move around. You can leave the Van Poplin's residence now if you'd like.
Yeah. So I go home and I do the thing. I put my dad's watch and the tie in the center of the kitchen island, in the center of the home.
Oh, wait. You come into the house, you're setting the watch and the tie in the middle of the kitchen island, and you hear Winifred Black.
Yes.
You turn, and there is a woman and a man that look like they're in detective attire, sitting there waiting for you in the room.
Okay. We know I'm an anti-authoritarian. I also have mask, Jared. I have mask.
You do have mask, yeah, it's true. I don't know how you would convince them that you're not actually Winifred Black when they're actually in your house that you inhabited with your parents. Winifred.
What?
Are you okay?
Yeah, you okay?
Yeah, we're fine.
Who are you?
We worked with your parents.
How'd you get in my house?
We are good at things like that.
Where are my parents?
Well, they look at each other. That's what we were going to ask you.
This is easy.
The man's pretty tall. He's like 6'5". He's completely like head is completely shaven, the bald head, but he's very clean and like put together with a tie really tight. And he looks down at the watch on the counter and says, "That was your dad's watch."
Yeah. I don't know where they are, so this is going to be a really easy, quick talk. I'm like backing up, and I definitely have gnarly between me and them, and I'm backing up this whole time. Sorry, I can't help you. Have a great day.
The woman,
knock yourselves out.
A woman who's African American and also looks very athletic and like a professional at something. Her hair pulled into a tight bun in the back. Looks at you and goes, "What's with the dog, Winnie?"
You know, it's canine, man's best friend, good companion.
And it's like currently
legs.
growling at them.
Yeah, I agree with Bill Murray, you know? I've never trusted somebody who don't like dogs, but I always trust a dog that don't like a person.
Are you going to try to escape from these folks right now?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Okay, tell me how you're going to do that. Are you going to try to misdirect them somehow? Are you going to sick your dog on them? Are you just going to just bolt and run? What are you going to do?
Can I bolt and run and stick my dog on them at the same time?
I don't see why not. Give me that charisma plus animal kin roll and then a dexterity plus athletics roll.
0 successes on charisma and animal. Fuck.
Okay.
And now a what?
I know what happens from that. It doesn't necessarily mean your dog doesn't listen to you. It means, unfortunately, his attack wasn't very successful. And then give me a dexterity plus athletics roll.
They're going to shoot your dog.
I have a 9. 1 9.
A 9. Okay. So you are bolting across the lawn, and they are immediately like on top of your dog, like getting it under control as you bolt out across the lawn. And where are you going? I'm just wondering where you're going as you run.
I have an advantage of a safe house.
That's right. There's a secret area inside of the church that you can go to. I think that you go there. That's excellent. So finally, I would just like to check in with Kip Van Poplin. Kip, what are you doing with the last waning light of a Friday afternoon? On Sunday, you're expected to be part of the sermon.
I'm preparing my sermon. Yeah, I'm preparing my sermon. You know, just a really climactic way to end Kip's day. He's preparing his sermon. He's talking to his sons Eli and Caleb about what they think. He's getting some guidance from what they think teens think is cool. Because that's his touchstone, and he needs some touchstone energy. So he's preparing the sermon.
They are annoyed by you even asking them, and they're mostly ignoring you and watching TV. What is a television show that Eli and Caleb like?
Oh, Eli and Caleb love Jackass.
Okay.
They're watching the new Jackass movie. Yeah,
they're watching the new Jackass movie on Paramount Plus. And suddenly, after someone gets like splashed with urine in the face on the screen, Bam Margera gets blasted with urine in the face, and then is like wiping it off his face and goes, "Kip, man, Kip, it's me, Jesus Christ."
Oh, not again.
Yeah, I look like this because I'm in your subconscious, remember?
Yeah. And Kip is thinking these things, or he's kind of mumbling these things, but it's low enough because the volume, of course, is turned up way too loud.
You found the false prophet.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you haven't gotten rid of him for me. What gives, man?
He's still alive?
And now he's like on a trike going down like a hill. Like, why aren't you helping me?
I'm trying, Lord. You mean to tell me that freaking guy survived that fire?
Zeke and Winnie are in danger right now. He suddenly goes off the edge of a cliff and falls.
They're in danger?
Dad, what are you talking about?
Nothing, boys. This is funny, isn't it? It's not positive, but it's not what I'd prefer you guys watch. But, have you ever seen MASH? It's hilarious. You guys should check that out sometime.
It's gone back to the normal Jackass movie.
Oh. Yeah, Kip is... I'm just like reeling again because I've had another prophetic weird vision of mass media colliding with Jesus Christ. I think Kip's got to go find the kiddos.
So if there was ever any trouble, you guys, I think, promised yourselves you share the safe house advantage. So I think that you promised to use that as a rendezvous point.
Great. Yeah, Kip jumps in the family Toyota Tercel and throws it into gear because he's on his way. He wants to get to the safe house.
Zeke. It's gotten very dark in the warehouse.
No.
The sun that was shining in over through the windows up above is gone. The angle of it became very acute, and then it got to where everything was painted in blues and grays because it's dark now. A flashlight, you see it come through the door, and you see someone walk forward and speak with your two captors. And then a very beautiful woman with long flowing raven locks and a nose ring comes forward and looks you in the eyes and says, "I'm told that you had an experience with a vampire." And when she smiles, you can see she has two prominent fangs. And that is where we will end this session.
So good.
Jared, where's my dog?
Kip wrote a really good sermon too, guys.
Let's have your dog. Well, maybe we'll still hear Kip's sermon.
Yeah, Kip worked hard on that sermon.
Well, things look
man.
bleak for our heroes. Who are these new players in this game? We will resolve all of the loose threads, or at least most of them. I can't promise you the
love
world.
it.
When we come back for our final session of Hunter next week. Until then, I just want to thank my incredible cast. Greg Hess, Holly Laurent, and Josephine McAdam. God bless you guys.
Thank you, Jared.
God bless you and keep you.
And may my Dark Lord and Master bless you, sir.
Oh no, Satanism! That's the kind of degenerate morality you get here on the Glass Cannon Network. We'll see you next week, everybody.
Everybody.
Bye.